Now, audio recordings are coming out of his chief asking him, like, how are you even still employed here? Hey, y'all, it's your girl Receipts with Real. So, Mr. Sean Grayson's past is coming back to haunt him. Y'all, I did some digging and I got the full reports of his misconduct at the Logan County Sheriff's Department. This man got multiple misconduct and harassment reports, but I'm going to read a few of them for now. So, apparently he pulled over a woman who had narcotics and she stuffed the narcotics. Y'all can use y'all imagination. Y'all know where she stuffed them, right? So he started yelling at her to remove the possession from where she hid it at, y'all, which was in an inappropriate place. He's screaming at her so loud and so aggressively to do it right now, right now. She was about to do it until another woman deputy came around the car and was like, nah, you're not supposed to do that. You have to wait. She needs to go to the hospital and have that removed. So they drove her to the Lincoln Memorial Hospital. Now, when she got to the hospital, the doctors were trying to assist her. But then it's being said that Sean ripped the curtain back so that this woman's body was fully exposed. He just refused to give her any sort of privacy. This man is sick. It took for the hospital staff to tell him to close the curtain. But it's like, why did you have to be told twice? The female officer already told you that you couldn't have anything to do with that situation for privacy reasons. Y'all take her to the hospital and then you trying to violate her privacy at the hospital. But it doesn't stop there. Here's where it gets interesting. Now the suspect, she got a fiance in jail. He finds out who her fiance is and he starts harassing him, y'all. Basically, Officer Sean Grayson got mad because old girl filed a complaint against him. Oh, she was not playing with his ass. So since she filed a complaint against his predatory behavior, he took it upon himself to go harass her fiance who was already in custody. He went up to his cell and started questioning him. And he like, man, you can't be doing that. Like, you got me looking hot. You putting my life in danger. Like, I'm a snitch or something. Because people don't know what we talking about, you know? But really what happened was, old girl got bonded out by another guy. She got bonded out for $7,000. So Officer Sean Grayson went to go tell her fiance, like, hey, I thought you were engaged to be married. Did you know that your fiance just got bonded out by another guy for $7K and they just left you in here? He was really like being messy, really trying to rub it in. So then what happened? Old boy files a complaint on him for harassment. Okay, but come back for part 2 because this video is getting long and we're going to talk about how he went on a high-speed chase that he wasn't supposed to be on in the first place. Hey everybody, it's your girl Receipts with Real. So I told y'all I was going to give y'all a part 2 to my last video. New details are emerging about this man, Sean Macy, and at this point, I need everybody who hired him to suffer consequences. I've been digging into his criminal history, so this is part 2. Now, in my last video, I told y'all about how he stalked a woman that he arrested, didn't allow her any privacy when they were trying to get the cavity out of her body, pretty much left her fully exposed, very inappropriate actions, and when she filed a complaint against him, he decided to go stalk and harass her boyfriend. Now what I have behind me is a completely different report. This man drove past the parked car. He saw that the driver looked at him weird, and he decided to stalk them and lead them on a high-speed chase for no reason. According to reports, he said he rode past and he witnessed the driver look at him funny and kind of slouch down in their seat. He took that as the opportunity to wait for them to leave their location, find any minor traffic violation that he could pin on them, whether it was true or not, and then pull them over. So apparently folks weren't having it and they took his ass on a high-speed chase. So he ended up crashing, hitting a deer in the process, and he didn't see nothing wrong with his actions. So he thought he was finna get rewarded. He came back to the office, you know, popping his shit. Whole time, Chief like, hey, what was you following them folks for anyway? He like, oh, they were looking suspicious. What's looking suspicious? Oh, they were crouching down in their seat looking weird. The department was like, you out of line. Wasting our tax dollars and you hit a deer and you could have hurt somebody. So he got written up for that. Now audio recordings are coming out of his chief asking him, like, how are you even still employed here? He literally said that, y'all. Y'all gonna have to go search for the clip. He ended up resigning from the Logan County Sheriff's Department, and then 3 days later, he was hired somewhere else. So when I tell y'all, I need everybody in all these departments who keep hiring these thugs, these criminals, to be reprimanded. That's exactly what I mean. Because at the end of the day, he was a thug. He was a criminal. And all these officers, they just get to resign from one department and move on to the next. This got to stop. So, new updates in the Sonia Macy case. Attorney Ben Crump has released the autopsy details. It's been proven that the bullet went through the lower part of her eye and exited out the side of her neck. This proves that the officer obviously pointed down to shoot her in a downward motion, as we already knew. I see a lot of false claims going around talking about he was well within his right. No, he was not well within his right. His job is to de-escalate the situation, and he further escalated by walking around to engage with Sonia. There was a barrier between them, and he broke that barrier by walking around to her and approaching her with a weapon and shooting in a downward motion. She was not a threat. Her son also spoke to news outlets and let them know, like, he got a 5 a.m. call. And when he got that call, they just told him that someone unalived his mother. And he said, who? And they were like, they don't know. They wouldn't say. That's a very important detail because the department was trying to cover this up. The problem is the situation just looked so bad that there was nothing that they could do to cover this up. They kept fighting until they couldn't fight no more. Y'all stay tuned for more Sonia Macy updates. I did get a chance to speak with the victim's sister, and one of the things that she said was Sonia was a very loving mother, and her son said the same thing. The way that he speaks about his mom just proves her character and what a beautiful person she was inside and out. That's all the time I have for today, but as y'all can see, I take my time to do my due diligence. I take my time to research these situations before I just put any old type of news out there. When y'all talking to me, y'all know y'all gonna get the most accurate, detailed information. There are plenty of other reports of misconduct. I'm just still sorting through them and still reading through them. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned to my channel, and I will be back with more updates. Also, comment below and let me know if there's anything else that you want me to cover.